Hello, welcome to this webinar. My name is Jenna Jack. Some of you may recognise me because I did your last webinar. For those of you that don't, nice to meet you, nice to be introduced to you. I am Head of Marketing, Engagement and Communications here at PeoplePlus. I won't be taking your webinar today. I'm going to be handing over to my colleague Elaine in just one moment. But what we'll be covering today is a little bit more about what your induction, your transition over to PeoplePlus will look like and what your training will look like. So Elaine is going to be taking you through that in just a second. I can see you're all on mute, which is fantastic. If anybody has any questions, as ever, please feel free to use the chat function, or please feel free to pop your hand up if you wish. This webinar is being recorded just so we can share it with those who weren't able to attend, who want to watch at a later date. So I will now hand over to my colleague Elaine. Elaine is our Learning and Development Business Partner, and as I say, she's going to chat through with you what your induction and training will look like. So Elaine, over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all doing well this fine sunny day. I feel like I've got something shining brightly on my head at the moment because the sun is shining right into me. But yeah, so welcome, and I appreciate you taking the time today to come and hear what we've got to talk about in terms of your training. I'm going to ask Jenna to share a slide because the slide will indicate exactly what we're going to be talking through. And on the slide, you will see a timeline, basically, of what we're going to be delivering during your induction. Now, you will see the first part, the start of July. I don't know if you all see that, where it says testing. Now, that's already underway. Don't concern yourself about that. That is where IT has gone into the establishments and trying some systems. And we're actually trying the systems ourselves to ensure they're working so that when it comes for you guys to go live on the 1st of August, everything will run smoothly for you. It'll be wonderful, no issues. But what we're going to look at is your training. And we're going to start that training from the 14th of July. Now, it's only a couple of weeks ago. You'll be like, oh my God, that's just round the corner. Now, we're working closely with your OMs at the moment to ensure that we could all get you on this training and it'll be face-to-face. Now, this training will actually be based in terms of a couple of establishments. We're just getting clear guidance on where we're going to hold it, and we'll let you know through communications. Now, it will start on the 14th. We've already got OMs plotting staffing of where they could go and when they could go, looking at your annual leave and so forth, to ensure we're getting everybody on this training. Now, this is important because this is systems training. And because of all the roadshows that took place, staff were a bit concerned about the systems we're putting in, and to ensure they get the right training and the right support, we've ensured that you're getting plenty of time to know the system inside out, that it's not going to be a shock to you. So this training is going to commence from the 14th to the 31st of August. Now, the first part of your training will be what we call the PIC system, and you'll be taught through that through Brenda and William. They'll be your trainers for the day, and they'll actually show you the system top to toe in terms of what you need to know in it. They'll have all the training materials ready for you. They'll have all your handouts ready for you, that you shouldn't have any issue in terms of when it comes to logging on the system, you're going to be very comfortable. And also, hopefully confident by the time you're using it, right? And during that time as well, you'll also go on to training, which will be via Teams. But you must attend the PICS training first before you can access going on to that training. Now, that training will be based around the systems in terms of our assessment tools and what we'll be using throughout the contract. All right? So for that training, there will be huge communication coming out to you directly. Now, this will come through your OMs, and we'll also get you set up on how to access the other training in terms of the screeners. All right. Any questions on the systems training before we move on? I see no hands up, which is a good sign, right?
Yeah, Wilma's got a question, Elaine. Hold on.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Wilma.
I'm on leave throughout that period, the last 2 weeks of July, so I will miss all those possible dates. I'll not be back in until, you know, the first Tuesday in August.
Right, so we'll be doing wash-ups, Wilma, right? So when you're back in, you'll be on one of our wash-up sessions to ensure that you're going to be comfortable. Right, so once our OMs tell us of who's on annual leave and what we need to do, we'll get other dates planned in to ensure that you'll have that training.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So after that training, now Wilma, will you be back on the 1st of August? No? Okay. The 1st of August is our induction day, and this will be done through Teams. Now, with it being through Teams, we could record the whole day. So Wilma, you'll be able to pick up that day in terms of what we cover when you get back into the establishment. But on that day, we're going to be covering certain elements of our culture, talking about that. We'll be having Kenny Boyle on, which is our CEO. He'll have a discussion with you too. And we'll also have our lovely Jenna, who's going to do a session with you as well, who's on the call today. And we'll also have a couple of system training, which will be how to access your annual leave, how to book annual leave, so you'll know these things and how to do it. We'll also be able to understand how to record a system error and where to do that and how to do it, right? So we'll have the right people on the call to help you through it, right? So we're giving you the right information that you need to support you to engage into PeoplePlus without any issues, all right? Now, you'll see from the 4th of August to the 15th, we will be on hand, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be on site or via Teams to support all staff during that time when you've got your new systems in place. So when you go live and you get logging on and you may have an issue getting into PICS or whatever, someone will be there to support you to get the system up and running. All right, so we're not going to have any issues in terms of people struggling. We don't want you struggling. We want you to be there. We want you to feel that we're fully supporting you with those systems. All right. We will review that throughout that period of time just to ensure that we're giving the right support in the right areas, right? So say if Barlinnie is struggling more than Inverness, we'll spend more time in Barlinnie, or we might spend more time in Inverness, depends who needs it most, okay? Whereas some sites may think, this is simple, I'm a super user now, I know exactly what I'm doing here, I don't need anything in terms of support, right? But the offer will be there throughout that time, all right? Have you any questions on the floor walking aspects in terms of how we're going to support you and what that'll look like? There will be someone on site. Nope. Good, good. Right, now you'll see from the 4th to the 15th of August, we'll also have specific training. Now that'll be role-specific training. Now, so depending on what your role is, we will be invited onto training. And this training will be relevant for your position in the organisation in terms of what your job role is. Now, this is already planned in from the 4th to the 15th of August, and some is actually gone in now to September because annual leave and things. But what we'll do in terms of that, we will actually send out direct communications with the individuals that are going to be going on that training. Does that make sense? So a direct comms will come out. I'll be welcoming you to the team and also what training you're going to be attending throughout your induction period. All right. You'll also need to complete, like every employee and every organisation needs to complete the mandatory e-learning programmes. Now, there are a number that we need to do, right? And there's 2 tiers of them, but what we've agreed with HR is you've got 4 weeks to cover them all, right? Some of them takes no time at all, and others take a bit longer, might take an hour. And there is tests at the end of it, each one of them, guys, just to make you aware. Now, I know because I've just recently gone through them myself, so I know exactly what you're going to go through. And you'll also need to sign the policies. Now, the policies will be found in Cascade. Now, on the 1st of August, we'll show you how to get into Cascade so you can actually access and see where those policies are and what you need to cover within the e-learning system. Okay? Anybody, any questions? Jenna, could you see anybody asking? Because I can't see.
Yeah, I think Wilma has a question.
Wilma, good Wilma. What have you got?
Yeah. Will we have time out of classes put aside for all this training to get that done in the 4 weeks?
For the e-learning programs?
Yeah, the e-learning program, because the issue will be having enough computers where there's internet access, and specifically at Berlin, we don't have enough computers for every individual who's working here to be on during the lunch break and sort of the time, because currently we would have to do our mandatory training online during the non-teaching time slots, but they're quite short, and that's issues with the whole slow process of logging in when we're on site here. Because of SBS firewalls and everything, you can take sometimes 10 minutes or more for the computer to get you logged in, and so when we're hot desking, that makes it much slower. So
okay, so in terms of that, what we'll do is we'll work closely with OMs in terms of how we're going to ensure you get time to do that, and also what that's going to look like for you. So in terms of your training plan, when it comes out to you, you'll get access in terms of what it is you've actually to do, when you've to do it. So we'll speak to the OMs in terms of when the best times are to do these training, because some of them, I understand the frustrations around SBS firewalls and things. I've been in the prison myself. I've worked at Addiewell for 10 years. I know exactly what you mean by that, and I know the frustrations around it. So in terms of training and e-learning, we will find ways around to support you to get what you need to deliver it, because we fully understand the frustrations of these things that could have an impact of you delivering in terms of that time scale of 4 weeks. If that means we go back and try and work with HR and say we need extended time, we will need to do that as well.
Okay.
All right. Welcome. Right, somebody else, James?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if it's not a system that can only be accessed in the prison, if some of it can be done from home, that would alleviate pressure on IT in the centres.
Yeah, and I think PeoplePlus, I'm not sure, I need to talk to IT about that, of where we could access your learning. If you could do it from home, it'd be great, or off-site, or a different system. I'll talk to IT about it, and we'll get a definite answer in terms of how this could be delivered without having such an impact on you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it can be done from home, because we have a number of colleagues that we induct into the business every day who've not come in through the 2P process, many of whom work in our prisons in England, who have to do their mandatory training at home before their vetting comes through and various other things. So you would log on with an email, so long as you can access that email, whether you're at home or whether you're in the prison system, then you should be able to access your e-learning. So I think yes is the answer to that question.
Great, thanks, Jenna.
Okay. I'm just going to stop sharing actually, if you're happy, Elaine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lovely, so we can see everybody.
Okay, any other questions? No.
No.
No. So what will happen next, everyone, is there will be comms coming out to you directly in terms of your induction plan overall. So that was just timeline roughly what we're going to be doing, but you'll get a breakdown what you have to cover in terms of the e-learning and things like that as well. So that'll come out shortly, and it'll probably come out before you go on your training on the 14th of July, just to be clear of when you're going where and when. All right. Any questions? All happy?
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you very
No
much.
trouble.
Thank you, everybody. You will have another newsletter. You hopefully will have been receiving our newsletters. The next newsletter from us will be coming to you next week, and that will contain a recording of this webinar that Elaine's just done for you, and it'll also have a screenshot of the visual that I had up on the screen, so you can refer to that if you need to. And then, as Elaine says, you'll get any direct communications about the details of the training plan in due course as well. Okay, fantastic, everybody. Nice to see you again, and we'll be in touch again very soon. Thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather. Thank you.